Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Tedo-san no Igirisu channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about life in England, food, culture, and a bit of everyday living. I'll be sharing things we do as a family, from cooking traditional meals to little moments from where we live. Today's video is a special one because we're making a traditional lamb dinner, this time for Easter. So let's begin. So what is a roast dinner? Roasting meat over an open fire was common in medieval England, large households, especially among the wealthy, would cook whole animals on spits, meat like mutton, beef, game, lamb, chicken. It was often served with bread and vegetables, usually on a Sunday, and became associated with large meals because of the Christian traditions and values of the church, followed by a hearty family meal. So today, we're cooking a lamb joint. What's really helpful is the instructions are right there on the packaging. When you peel back the label, it tells you exactly the temperature and cooking time, which makes it very easy to get right. We start by adding a bit of oil and rosemary over the lamb. This helps keep it juicy and gives it that classic flavor. Nice and simple, but it makes a big difference. So my wife put salt and pepper on and a bit more rosemary. And that's the veg that we would eat with a roast. We then put the roast in the oven. While that is happening, my wife peels the potatoes. She peels them in one go, which I don't know how she does. If you look there, you can see her peeling it. This then ends up in one string. Then the potatoes go in to boil. My wife then cracks the eggs and puts them into the basin, which will then be whisked, as you can see my wife doing here, until they're all whisked up, a bit like a custard. My wife will then add in the flour, as you can see there, and she changes from the whisk to a spatula. And then the flour will be folded. She then folds in the flour, as you can see in the next bit. So she folds it, and that will make a thick consistency. As you can see here, it's like a custardy type of consistency. Then she will add in the milk and stirs, and then you can see here she adds in more milk until it becomes like a liquid batter. Once that is done, we will add in the salt and pepper to give it flavor. And as you can see here, the roast will be looked after by our children while we all go for a walk. We live in the southeast of England, just on the edge of southwest London, so it is quite countryside-like where we live. As you can see here, a farm right next to where we live, and it's nice to think that years ago a whole area would have been farmland just like this. It's one of the things I really appreciate, being able to step outside and look and walk through open spaces. In the autumn, you can even pick fruit from the trees around here, which is something I definitely do. And I'll do a video on this in the future. It's just a nice way to relax while the food cooks, and it makes a whole process feel less rushed. As you can see, we have a lot of flowers around where we live. It's really nice, although some of them look a little bit dead at the moment because we had quite a lot of wind. But today is a very, very nice day. As you can see, the park where we live is quite nice. There's me walking in front of my wife. It's very open and not very busy, which is nice. It gives us time to sort of walk and catch our breath. This used to be an old hospital. It's now residential, and people can live there. And this is a new tree lot they are planting for the future. In the UK, it's trying to be green now, so they're planting more and more trees. This bench was put there for COVID and people who lost their lives. There's me and my wife's shadow, showing how tall I am compared to my wife. And there's nice cherry blossoms. And when we get back, the oil is up to temperature for the Yorkshire puds, so we put the batter in. It should fizz. I don't know, it seemed to have got cool quite quickly. The first two fizzed, and there's us now doing the potatoes. So potatoes were boiled first, and then you add flour and oil and salt and pepper to make it crispy. My wife likes to turn them over. So my wife now adding the salt to the potatoes, and then they'll go back in. So we take the meat out before we put the potatoes in and let the meat rest. So that's the dripping from the meat, which we use later to make gravy. And that's the potatoes that are almost finished. And we put them back in for a bit and they go a bit more crispy. We then take out the Yorkshire puddings, and that's how they look, all fluffed up and crispy. Nice. Then my wife cuts the meat, and with lamb it should be a little bit pink because it don't want to be too well done. And that's what it looks like. There's the roast. With roast dinner, you have mint sauce, and my wife also made a chocolate pudding. With different meats, you have different sauces, like pork. You can have applesauce, and beef, you can have horseradish. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.